This is Grownman Conversations,
yes,
every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. right here. Sports One. Peter Thomas. Salute to him. Real Housewives. Atlanta, Peter Thomas. His spot, been holding it down.
Yes.
For over a year.
Over a year.
Tuesday nights we don't miss because we look forward to this. What's going on?
I got you. What is it, DJ?
That's what happens when you get your cousin
to DJ.
To do the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yes, it is.
We on now.
We on now.
Okay, we're good.
Keep working.
Thank you. Make sure, if you haven't, that you subscribe to Grownman Comedy on YouTube. And you also go to hashtag 60-second jokes. All right? Show my nephew some love. The subscriber game is getting strong. Yeah. All right? And mine is on We Breastfeed. So I'm trying to
That's okay.
The breastfeeding, trying to get
we're going to nurse them right on.
Trying to build them numbers up.
To them numbers, baby.
Build those numbers up. Tonight, we got a great topic. Friday topic, thought-provoking. Brother Jay, you're going to love this Sunday. You too. Chris Rock put a tweet up earlier this week, and that happens to be what this hot topic is for tonight for Grownman Conversations. Now, when we come to Grownman Conversations, we always have a good time no matter how many, no matter how few. You don't care about the numbers. It's all about the energy.
Yep.
This is a platform where we come together and we can agree to disagree. We can politic and we can talk it out. All right, we call it
the lost art of conversation.
That's what we call it. So when we go around the room, we ask you to give your name because we want to make it more of an intimate feel. We like family. If you do chime in, which we hope that you do.
We hope so.
The energy that you give,
we're going to give it right back.
We're going to give it right back because that's why we clap. Because the number one fear in the United States is what?
Speaking in public.
Speaking in public in front of people. So if you say something here tonight, you don't just sit there, watch TV, look cute, scroll on your phone.
Engage. Let's talk. Let's conversate.
We're going to clap and we're going to show you love. We're going to keep it moving. Now, first things first. Let's go ahead and get the names.
Yeah, let's go ahead
and
introduce the room.
You can go from your side. I'll take this side.
Okay. I'm going to start with one of our old faithfuls, which I love seeing you every Tuesday or when you're in the building. What's your name?
I'm Sean.
Y'all say what's up to Sean.
Hey,
Sean. Hey, Sean.
She got that cap on it.
AKA Son D. And everybody speak, okay? Because we all want to make sure they speak.
Right. Don't act cute.
Everybody
Just
speak. Don't act cute and bougie. All right. What's your name, sir?
My name is Tab.
This is my DJ Tab DiBiase. Say what's up to Tab.
What's up, Tab?
What's up, Tab? Okay, sir. Hey, how are you? Good. What's your name?
Reggie.
Reggie. Y'all say what's up?
Mr. October.
Mr. October.
Reggie Jackson.
That's right. And what is your name, sir?
Cedric Scott.
Y'all say what's up to Cedric Scott.
Mr. Cedric Scott. What up, Cedric?
And what is your name, sir? You look like you may have an accent.
That's funny that you say that. I lived in Africa for 11 years, but I'm from Concord. My name is Marathi Howard, CEO of Vegan Love Culture, LLC.
Nice.
Awesome.
Vegan Love Culture.
This was my brother. That's why I do it.
Nice.
Say what's up.
Nice.
My brother.
What's up, CEO? We're going to have to talk about that.
Welcome to
Vegan
Growing
Love.
Conversation. Yeah, we gotta get
100%.
Yeah, health is
community
well.
spotlight. Exactly.
Right.
And I see you all up in this phone, but I know you saw me coming up over here,
Right.
so don't act like you don't see me. What's your name, sir?
Khalif.
Khalif. Where's Khalif?
What up, Khalif? Khalif got that good push.
You get that side. Yeah, he sound like he do.
Tell him what your name is, good brother.
Brother Jay, what you say?
Brother Jay,
What you say?
Y'all say what's up to Brother Jay. Tell him your name, great brother.
Mr. Bly.
Y'all say what's up to softball's finest. Mr. Bly. And what is your name, Queen?
Queen.
Y'all say what's up to Finesse.
And we had another brother just walked in the building. Let me grab him right quick. What's your name? I know you don't even know what you're a part of, but I still want to know who you are. What's your name?
Robert.
Robert is in the building, y'all.
What up, Robert?
Walking on Grownman Conversations, Robert.
Welcome
You
to
can have a seat,
Grownman
Robert.
Conversations. There she go. And of course, y'all say what's up to Sheena. Behind the bar, okay, doing her thing. Say what's up to Jamie.
Jamie.
And hold on, ponytail. I gotta get that name right. I gotta make sure. Come on around here.
She's a new face.
I got plenty more. I got grandma's house. No, she ain't. What's your name, boo?
I'm Amira.
Amira. Y'all say what's up
You
to
ain't had to get so
Amira.
close.
Amira, Muslim name.
One of my best girlfriend's names is Amira.
In Atlanta, you absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, I love her name.
Yeah.
You ready? There you go.
And we had another young lady. You didn't get her?
Did I miss somebody? She was on the ticket. What's your name, Queen?
Latisse Howie.
Y'all say what's up to Latisse Howie?
Latisse Howie is in the building.
It's money over there in that circle.
Yes, it is.
There's money over there in that circle, baby. So, tonight's topic,
Yes.
think you're gonna like this. Chris Rock tweeted this. Y square. He said, it is. Chris Rock said, only women, children, and dogs get loved unconditionally. Wait a minute. He said a man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Ooh.
Let me say that again.
Let's talk about
Chris
it.
Rock tweeted, only women, children, and dogs. That means the dog is before the man gets love unconditionally. Unconditionally, okay? A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk.
How do we feel about that? Let's talk about that.
First, do you agree or disagree?
And who agrees with that?
Who agrees with
Put their
that?
hand up if they agree with that.
Yeah.
And who disagrees with that?
Who disagrees?
No one in here. So everyone in here agrees with that statement Chris Rock said. So everybody in here agrees that women, children, and dogs get loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Unfortunately, I agree. Brother Jay.
What you say, Brother Jay?
The statement is too absolute, so I think it's a case-by-case basis. You can't really brush stroke. Because sometimes women, we do love them conditionally, that if they not giving up the coochie, then the love monitor,
Give me that voice. That voice.
That's so. I got one more thing. On the other opposite side, though, what came to mind was our great brother, we love so Gregory. He gave a joke about the Vietnam War, and he said that it's amazing how when people were being asked to go to the Vietnam War, being drafted, that there was not really an uproar. But he said if you were to say that every single dog in America had to go to the Vietnam War, he said you will see protests happen immediately for no dogs going to the Vietnam War.
Wow.
Wow. Y'all clap on
Clap it
that.
up for
Clap.
Brother Jay.
Clap on that. The man is only loved according to what he provides.
Yeah.
What you say, Fabian?
Be true.
Why is that?
Because you got a stigmatism on men, you know, you feel like a man is supposed to provide. And he's willing and able to get out there to provide, you know. You don't have no sympathy for him if he can't provide the things, or he can't, if he's just sitting there begging. Like you walk down Tryon, you see all the hoes out there, I don't see no women, I see all men. And when he asks for $1, or ask him for change, you tend to like, you're a grown man, you get out here and work. You're showing love. You know what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yeah.
So the statement is kind of correlates with, you know, what's going on. That's what I said.
Y'all better show
Y'all
us.
clap it up for
Clap it up for
Khalid.
that. Clap it up for that.
Khalid. We have
Khalid dropped it.
Yeah, you did. We have another comment down here by Latisse. Yes. What?
Okay, so I think that he said if he provides something, he didn't say that something had to be material. He is going to be able to provide mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally as well. And so if he's not providing for me on those levels, then what he can provide for me materially is not going to matter anyway.
Mm.
So he has to be able to provide something, but it's not necessarily a material thing.
Y'all gotta clap.
Clap it
She's
up.
dropping it in here, baby.
Yes.
She's dropping it in here. I like this grown man conversation right here.
Okay.
And one thing that I ask is that you do not sit at the table with your hands under the table. Okay, put your hand on top of the table and order something. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah, eat and drink.
Okay. Order something from the bar and order something from the drinks. Now, let me tell you why I say that, okay? B.O.B. We heavy on that.
Yeah.
We all should be black
Own
owned
business.
businesses. Okay, this is what we do. Now, you see the numbers, right?
It's light tonight.
Now, let's talk about if the owner walk in and see the numbers. Let's just say the owner was just a numbers cat.
Mm-hmm.
And he see this, then he come back, man, he might see this. He would be more amped, prompt to shut this Tuesday night down because of the numbers. Peter Thomas been rolling with us
For over a year.
a year, all right? And it's been several times when if we're doing the numbers, we could have shut it down, but he sent me and Yolanda a text message.
Just the other day.
And last week, and he said he believed in what we were doing. So when I ask you to put your hands on top of the table,
Yeah.
that just means, listen, the doors are open, all right? So they don't get closed out on what we're doing.
Right.
Because we need just as much as we feel the community does, but it's really helping us. So I want to thank you for being here. Put your hands on top of the table,
Yes.
okay?
All right, we got my brother.
Tab, order your
Has a
pasta. So I can have some. Well, son gonna try to eat. Son gonna try to eat that. There you go.
Yes. He's here. And he has something to say.
If I love you, then
I love you, eh?
Hold on. Go ahead.
My body,
Hold on. Listen. Listen. On Fufu.
13 million for the account.
You don't even like to stand in the sun.
Versace and Gucci.
You ain't African.
Your body, oh baby.
You can walk around. You can walk around Ghana with an umbrella.
Now you shut up for me.
Please don't encourage this. Okay. Don't.
Hey, now you.
Okay. Hey, listen. All right. This is not
Okay.
African karaoke.
Well, you're not
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
You be in Ghana. She be in Ghana with an
Hey, that's
umbrella.
my roots. I can't help
That
it.
ain't your roots. You got an umbrella over here.
That's okay.
Let that sun hit your melon.
That's my roots. And my brother has something to say.
Hold on a minute. Clear the aisle, please.
Okay.
Oh, come on, bro. Clear the aisle around here like Moses.
Yeah. She might be sitting right there next to her.
She might, but I
Yes.
was being courteous.
Okay. Well, go ahead. What do you want to say, sir?
What I think in general is I think that you spoke about the whole household, you spoke about the kids,
Mhm.
you spoke about the dog,
Right.
and you spoke about
Women.
I think children love unconditionally regardless. So,
He said children. My mistake. Hold on. Let me get the statement correct
yeah.
so we can get the narrative correct. Only women, children, and dogs
Okay.
get love unconditionally. Men get love about if they provide something.
I think that I would look at it from the perspective whenever my father was coming up. My father was in and out the household. He was in prison a lot. But I always loved my father. It didn't matter what he provided, anything. I think most children just want to be around. Like for example,
Mhm.
you say that a man should provide something. For children, they don't care about child support or any of that. They just want you to be there for them. And it is something about children, how they love unconditionally when it comes to their parents. So I would say that the statement is almost true, but not all the way true, because it's almost like your parents can't do anything wrong. And like a daughter always loves her father. even if the father is not doing what he's supposed to, she always has a love to be there for her father. So I would have to look at the narrative and really, really break it down and say that if you're talking about the woman and how she loves towards the man, then you can say, okay, well, if something is being provided for her to feel a certain way. But when it comes to the children, I believe the children love unconditionally regardless.
Y'all better clap for me tonight. Clap. Yolanda?
Yeah. I actually have a question I want to ask him, and to that, because you did make a powerful statement saying that a lot of children do love, and I agree with you on that. However, I have ran into some children that do not like their parents. They hate their parents. There's no love there. So what was it with your father's relationship? Because you said he was in prison. And a lot of times, the children who hate or don't like their parents, that father wasn't in the home or got locked up or was away. So what was different in your situation? What made you still have that love for your father?
Our uncles used to take us to go visit our father at 6 and 7 years old in the prison system. So we would sit down with him and we still had a relationship, even if it was just going to see him on Sundays. You know, he would break things down and say, yo, son, I don't ever want to see you coming into the prison system. I love you dearly, I love you dearly. So those things held true to me, even if I was going to see him in prison. So I would say that had a lot to do.
What about your mom? Did she speak positive about your father too? And she played a role in that as well?
Absolutely. My mom never would, even if he was going through whatever he was going through, you would never see my mom bash my father.
Wow.
About anything. She would never bash him. She always upheld him, and she allowed us to have that experience. So if my dad said, I'm coming by to get you, and he don't come and get us, she didn't say, that no good, man. She said, okay, well, I'm going to let you experience that so you can have your own judgment on how you see your father.
Y'all need to clap on that. You need to clap on
And
that.
that's big, because he did just debunk the myth then. Because in that statement, you said that women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Well, with saying that, as a child, he loved his father unconditionally, but a part of him, the reason why he probably did that or was encouraged to do so was because of his mother. So again, all women aren't caught up in that stigma, like we're just saying. Sometimes we do love the man with, unconditionally, if he's not providing in the household, but maybe providing in another way.
Now, let me add something on to that.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, this is my sister. I did not know. My brother and my sister.
So I can add in a way that he does it. I'm 7 years older than him, so I got to see a whole lot more than my brother got to see. But even then, my mother didn't bash my dad, but I was able to see frustration, with her in a way that my brothers didn't experience. And so the unconditional love that I have from my dad, it's our dad, but we say my dad is my mom, right? But the unconditional love that I have is I had to let go of my own stresses and frustrations that I held being mad at him, but still loving him in the same way. Because if I didn't free myself from that, I wouldn't be able to freely love the man I'm with or, whatever.
So let me ask you right quick, Leticia, why were you mad at him?
Because he missed a whole lot of things, and dads teach daughters how to pick. And so I was mad at him because I picked wrong for a lot of my life until I freed myself and let that stuff go. I still loved him, but there was a level of anger that I held as well. So, yeah.
All right, y'all clap it up.
Clap it up.
Excellent comments.
We just had a young lady slide in the building.
Yeah, we
What's
did.
your name so you can be a part of
You're
it?
a part of Grownman
all of this
conversation.
positive energy. What is your name, Queen?
It's Brittany.
Brittany. Brittany's
Brittany's
got a lot of
in
energy,
y'all.
baby. Brittany got that energy, yeah?
Yes, you do.
Listen, I was a writer on a Monique show, and I was reading this statement, and this is well written, all right? I love Chris Rock material anyway, because it's thought-provoking. Now listen to the words and what he says. Chris Rock said, only women, children, and dogs get love. Not love, he said, get love unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. This go right along when he did the joke about the black man, daddy, only thing we want is a big piece of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you eat the big piece of chicken. That's what they go back to, all right, which was a whole well-written thing about respect. And the black man in his own house is what it was. So when it says only women, children, and dogs get love unconditionally, okay, your kid spilled something on the couch, all right, you cuss to yourself. You do something, you go clean it up, whoop the whoop, he come out there, if that boy put his arms out, you're gonna pick him up, hug him, whoop the whoop. The dog just peed
On the floor.
on the floor and the wall.
And it's stank.
You upset, because you be right there scrubbing it,
Right.
cleaning it, you can respray the water, the dog come back, you pet, you don't
You
put
get
his
a little
foot
piece of
down.
plastic and pop his nose.
A
Pop.
woman can stay home. If traditionally, can stay home.
Yeah.
All right? Or she ain't, listen, she can cook, maybe she can't cook.
The house
When
might
you have
be
sex,
nasty too.
maybe you don't have sex. But
Right.
you will be like, listen, you the one I chose. You're gonna work through this, whoop de whoop de whoop. Let a man sit home and play video games all day.
It's not going down.
And you be like, oh, look, boo, that's okay. You ain't get the high score.
Nope.
You ain't gonna look for no jobs,
Nope.
rent due, but give me a hug. You know what I mean? Is that how you gonna break it down with it?
No. That man ain't gonna end up getting no pussy.
That's where the statement comes from.
Dinner.
Remember, he's a comedian, so that's where this statement comes from. There's some truth to this
Yeah,
statement.
it is. But now, so since you're saying that, but why is that? Is that because of the universal law of order? Because I was always taught as a little girl that the father is supposed to provide. The man, the husband, is supposed to provide in the household. So that's how I was raised. So I was raised as, if you are with a man and he does not want to provide for his family, or he does not want to provide for you, or he does not love you to that level that he sees you as a helpmate with, to him to help accomplish certain things, that's not the man that you want to be with. You want to be with a provider. You want to be with someone, and a provider doesn't mean somebody got to be a millionaire. A provider just means that this man don't mind going out there and doing something to bring back to the family, that even if the wife got to come in and help and she bring her something to it, and know we got these things to be able to provide for our family. So is that so wrong of a statement then?
What is that?
Because that's, if the man is supposed to be respected and submitted to and all these things, can't you provide?
Then isn't that the difference or the dividing line between conditional and unconditional love?
Yeah, but if that's how it was written, then did God not set that order up there?
No. What I'm asking is that the dividing line?
Yeah.
Just like if somebody said the difference between me going in the pool and not going in the pool is how cold the water is.
Oh.
That's a dividing line.
Yeah, that's a dividing
so
line.
The dividing line, what you just said, what you provide, don't matter if God ordained it or not. What you provide or what you do or what you bring to the table, it don't always have to be physical.
Right.
Like the sister said, versus that you don't bring nothing. Is that the dividing line?
I think
For
so.
conditional love versus unconditional love.
I think so.
If the man just try to bring something or he brings something, do we cross the line to unconditional love?
Brother Jay?
Once again, it still seems like too blanket of a statement, because there are cases that some men are super sorry and that woman hang in there and nobody can figure out why.
Right.
Y'all clap on that. Clap on that.
Yeah,
That's facts.
Why is you still with
That's facts. But
She's
you know,
still there.
trying to hold it down for the family.
That's when that vitamin D be good. That's what that is. She's holding it down on another level. Ain't nobody giving her that vitamin D.
Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and that is something, because a lot of women have stayed and put up with a lot of stuff just for the vitamin D.
Wow.
It is. They talk about that pee pill, which, hey, that's something too, honey, because they give life, that puss. But that vitamin D, hey, we can't twerk without that D.
Oh,
We
wow.
twerking on air without that D.
Wow. We're twerking now.
baby.
City girl number 3.
I'm
we
working.
twerking.
I ain't twerking. The T ain't on mine when I'm working.
Don't look over here. Don't put the camera over here.
We don't
Don't even
twerk.
put the camera
We
on.
work.
Okay? Oh,
Oh,
man. Right?
Look, Tab, you said
Tell gassing everything up.
Showing though.
A lot of people agree with this.
Showing though.
A lot of people are like, yeah, the man, you gotta do something to get some unconditional love. And you don't bring nothing to the table, or at least help try to put something on the table. It's gonna be tough for you.
yeah.
I mean, nowadays, you can get.
But Tab, you don't have the mic. You don't have the mic, Tab.
But let me ask this then.
Well, let
Okay.
him say it, but I was just saying he didn't have the mic. And then you didn't go over there, so I was like, okay, then.
All right.
Come on.
But nowadays, you can make millions playing games though.
But suppose he ain't no game. Everybody, come on now. You can, but everybody ain't getting
Right,
no
Tab.
millions.
What if he game and he laid the D down, like you said?
Or if he get
Now you
millions,
stuck at a crossroad.
if he get millions, then go ahead and play them games all day, boo-boo.
But what if he not doing nothing, but he laying the D down?
No.
And he playing games?
No.
Yeah, he providing the D.
No.
You just said it.
Well, see, look, let me rephrase that. Because
Ain't
the
no
D-
love in a
on
heart.
the city. Let me say, because the young girl, yeah, the young chick that made, but an older woman, at some point,
Uh-oh.
the D is good and that's good, but we can't just ride and hop on the D all day.
Hold on,
Okay,
Yolanda.
okay.
Brittany, hold on. Brittany got a look on her face like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Brittany, let
Wait a
me
minute.
tell you something, boo.
Brittany, what saith you?
Younger.
What saith you, Brittany?
Brittany say, hey, hell no.
That is not true.
Why you say so,
We
Brittany?
don't want you sitting your ass on the couch either. The young
Oh,
ones.
all right.
No.
Brittany said that D ain't gonna ride for her either.
Oh,
She
sit
needs
down.
more dick.
Oh, man. Oh, Brittany.
I can buy that. I don't need it.
Ooh.
Shit, that's that new shit.
Brittany said
That's that new shit right there. I can buy it.
That might be the B part of this because Jamie back there saying nah. Because a lot of men like, I don't give a dang what y'all females say. You can't go buy no dick. That's plastic. And that plastic dick is not going to do what the real dick attached to the human being.
Wow, this started on so Christian.
I know it is. That's how we get though. It's a grown man conversation.
Now we over here with the heathens.
Niggas buy plastic dolls now too.
What?
But that doll, no, that doll is not going to feel like a push. Now I do know, no it's not.
If you get the top of the line one,
Even, I done seen it.
you get the $8,500 one.
I done seen the $8,500 one, and I know they got the little gel or they got some kind of liquid that when you get up in there, still,
She can be sitting on the couch.
she
when you
can't
come home,
moan and she can't hump it back.
Hey,
All it's
okay.
gonna do is be wet. It's gonna be some dead wet.
All right, well, I'm going to say this.
You gonna want her to put a leg up. You want a hump or something.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. This is what I am going to say. And this is actual factual. Okay? They are talking about the AI, which is the artificial intelligence,
Oh
that
Lord.
they're getting ready to put into these sex dolls.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to back tab up on this one. I don't know which dolls Yolanda have looked at, but they have, wait a minute, boo, hold on before you jump in. Actual factual. They have a line of dolls. First of all, they're making them so lifelike. They say you could sit them in the car and put a seatbelt on them. Ain't nobody gonna say, look at that boy with that doll. They're gonna be like, damn, that's your girl.
Watch the
That's in the car. All right, but listen, here go where the artificial intelligence come in. And this is what I want the females to hear. Because y'all might think this is funny, but this is real. You know why they're doing the artificial intelligence? And this is why we're doing the grown man conversation.
That's right.
What you say? You know why they're doing the artificial intelligence and the sex dolls? You know why we do grown man conversations? It's the lost art of conversation. I want you to understand that every couple ain't the happy couple. There's some people that are together, but they separate. They don't hardly talk. They not engaged. They don't have no conversation. So he will go and spend $700, $800
On a dog.
for a woman that's not real, but she has real conversation. So when he come home, she's sitting on the couch with her legs crossed in one of his favorite outfits. And the first thing she say is, so, how was your day? and whatever voice he wanted to be in. And I know a lot of us like, that's crazy. Yeah, to some, but why would they even think about creating some shit like that? For who? There is a market for that, and the communication is the foundational aspect of the whole push. We ain't talking, we texting, we sending emojis. I've seen people in the same house text each other, one in the living room, one in the bathroom. Instead of even talking or yelling through the house, they texting. It is a lack and a break in communication. That's why we do this, and that's why you got them dolls popping up, and that's why I appreciate y'all being here tonight. It really ain't about the dolls as it is about the lack of communication.
Yeah.
Just like it ain't about the D if you playing video games, because the representative for the young girls of America, Brittany, has spoken up, and Brittany said, no.
She don't want no
It take more
lazy D
take
either.
more than D. Brittany said she can buy it.
Yeah. So let me speak on what you were saying, Tone, about the dolls, because this is how I feel about it. I know everything you said is exactly right.
But it really wasn't about the dolls. That was just an analogy I used.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Before you
speaking on
jump
even
on
as to the reason why. The reason why I feel like that's coming to play in even artificial intelligence, AI, and I'm not getting spiritual, but maybe I am. I think it's demonic, if you ask me. Because even if you have this doll that can feel like a woman for that moment, because I watched the whole documentary on it because I was intrigued that there's real live human being men that really treat this doll. And there was a documentary that was on Netflix, and there was this guy, and I forget the doll name, but he done been with his doll for 8 years. And he had his doll, yeah, and the doll wore out. He had to take her, get her back, and get her refurbished, I guess, send her back. And so they came and followed him right before he took her back because he was having separation issues from the dog. So it went through his whole thing. So that's what I'm saying. Even if that pussy felt squishy for that moment, the dog vagina felt good for that moment. The dog was only programmed to say certain words. So she might say, "How was your day?" Okay, but what if you ask that bitch, "You got something on the light bill?" What's she gonna say to that? Suppose you come in and you really got an emotional problem going on. What is she gonna say to that? Then after that, after a couple of hits, a couple of years, you got to take her back and get refurbished. Real coochie, grown coochie, you ain't got to take back and get refurbished. It's
Well,
at 21. No,
they got doctors for that.
If you with the right
they put
one,
that retread on
and
that.
that's demonic too, because if you with the right one, you take care of yourself, you eat your berries, you do right.
Eat your berries?
Yeah, you ain't got to get that thing refurbished.
Well, why is your
And
head?
I done had 2 kids.
But why is your head
And that
bobbing
thing
and why is it
snapped right
personal?
back.
Why is your head bobbing and why is it personal though? Like why is your head bobbing and why is it personal? Why you telling everybody live that your pussy snapped back? Well, because that's what you just did.
No, I'm just saying
That's why I
because
don't do reality shows. Because that shit like that, you get caught up,
Because
you done
somebody
said some
said-
shit, you know what I mean?
somebody said no, it's got to get refurbished, and I was saying no, it don't.
But they weren't talking about yours.
Well, I was just letting them know that it's besides mine, somebody's.
Okay, well I can't wait till the topic get to Eggplant Friday. So I can say some shit.
Look, you already say shit.
Jamie, they trying to move them to the dolls, baby. You heard her say she can buy it. That's just old. That's just that vibrator. Talking. That's like a rental car. Tell how you know so much about sex toys. For real. Now,
Do you have a
come
dog
to topic.
tab? Do you have a
I pay
dog?
attention.
Tab dog DJ.
They got toys that do 3 things at one time.
What they got?
They got toys that do 3 things at one time.
That's the rabbit.
Y'all niggas do no shit like
That's the rabbit. The rabbit twirl.
Yeah.
It touched the clitoris.
Okay.
And it go in and out. Now, can't no man do all that.
Yeah. But that might feel like too much for a woman. That feel like a threesome.
Well, the rabbit is the number one selling vibrator in the United States.
That feel like
The
a
number
threesome.
1 selling vibrator in the United States.
Yeah, that's what that feel like. That feel like a
I don't
threesome.
feel like no threesome. I feel like an octopus in the pants.
That feel like a
Like,
threesome.
where all these goddamn arms coming from? These goddamn testicles.
Toy feel like you get gang raped.
Right, I'm getting gang banged. By this little thing.
since the topic has switched,
Yeah. You see, I do it. Yeah, black
since the devil is in the room,
The devil is in the house.
Yolanda took my Yolanda took my mouth away from me and threw it out the window.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yolanda.
I'm sorry. But
Good God Almighty. Well, see why I continue.
that's
so
okay.
look.
Eat the cake, anime.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you like I told you in the hospital.
What is that?
I said, goddamn, elevate you down on me, I'll kill you. Fucking this money up. Fucking this money up. Look. Okay, this is all factual. This is all factual. No, listen, it's factual. So first of all, it started with, what's the, little people?
Pleasure.
Pleasure, something, but anyway, they put me in the book.
Yeah, they used to be real big back in the day. I forget the
They used to
name.
come to radio station all the time. They put
Yeah.
me in the book, right? I showed that to Yolanda. She thought that was nice.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
That was on like page 12.
They created a sex toy called
Yeah, they
the
did
X
it.
Factor.
They did it.
Yeah.
Okay, they did it. But we off that.
Yeah, we are.
We off that. Now, I had a mouth that they sent me. A mouth.
Yeah, a mouth.
Listen.
And it was green.
Yolanda, hush. With a nose, it had a nose. It was a profile.
Right.
It was a side, Jamie, it was a side profile.
Eyes and forehead.
You gonna
was
let me
cut off.
tell it or you gonna tell it?
All it was
You
was
gonna let me tell it?
mouth and neck.
That's why black men get them white women, because y'all won't
I
stop
was
talking.
ooh, we about to go into another conversation. Now, Malcolm. I know you ain't said nothing like that.
I just said that so I can get a break, that's all.
Oh.
You know how I feel about
Don't
that.
start none, won't be none.
Huh? I'm just trying to get some time so I can tell the story.
Yeah, it was green.
Quit asking her. She wasn't using it.
I sure what?
It had a mouth on it, right? With like real lips. And it had a neck. And what you do is when you stretch the neck, it was porous. So when you stretch the neck, the friction made the mouth get warm, right? You put the mouth right on the end and you pull the neck. Mr. Black, when I tell you,
Mr. Black,
this little mouth right here almost caused a goddamn problem
Mr. Black,
in the house.
when I tell you,
Hey,
that little green bitch
now,
got kicked out.
I put the mouth
I
under the
say,
bed.
hell, you say.
I used to have it under the bed
Yeah.
like a bottle of water.
Yeah. Pull that
And
bitch
when
out like
I would
dog.
go to sleep, I would reach up her that and like, shit. She don't even hear this. And let me, wait a minute, here go the bonus tab. When the friction would get right, this how it would sound.
She made
You would
noise.
go, oh Lord,
Let me tell you.
boy Lord.
She would make noise.
Jane.
I woke up one night. I heard something like, I looked over because he thought I was asleep. I said, oh, you ain't got this green bitch up in my bed.
I came home one
I
night.
stretched the mouth out.
I came home one night looking
She was
for the
out of
green
there.
girl.
She was out
And
of
Yolanda
there.
had cut her with some
I
scissors.
cut that up. How about
She
that?
cut her with some scissors
I
right in
said,
her mouth.
flash me outside. How about that?
She cut her whole throat off.
Yeah, I did. I sure did. Yeah.
Time for my new name, Grownman. I tried to help it.
He tried to
I
help
tried to
it,
help it.
and I cut it.
I've been looking for one of them ever since. Can't find the one with the goddamn profile. I'm gonna put that bitch in the closet.
Oh yeah, you put it in the
I'm
closet.
gonna wrap her up
Go
in a
ahead.
tissue box.
Wrap her up, put it in the closet if you want
I'm gonna
to.
put it in the file.
Let's see how that go down.
Don't nobody think to look there. Why the 23rd song sticking up like that? Put that goddamn Bible down.
That's okay. I'm gonna give me a live one then.
You know,
Okay.
nah, see.
You see, I
No,
know.
all right, don't let it turn into a Malcolm moment.
All right now.
Ready, Shabazz?
When then let's stop talking about that.
You done got your
bitch.
little cute haircut now. You've been on 10.
I do not.
Okay?
Don't do that.
No, I like it, man.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Wait. I done told you about. Don't let them see it.
Go ahead, Malcolm. Tell
Well,
me.
ain't no Malcolm.
Sometimes I
Right.
want to be snatched. I might want to be
There you
snatched.
go. You always
Snatch me.
I try that. I try that.
Come on, Green Man.
I try that.
Then what happened when that happened?
You be like, it's too late.
Come on, Green Man.
Hey, you're allowed to be asking me shit like this. Why you wait till 12:30?
Ask for some pussy.
I'd be like, because
At
I just finished watching ESPN.
We done had a drink, and
Law and Order
at
just went off.
12:45, when I done wrap my hair up and lay down.
You ain't got to worry about that hair being wrapped up. I ain't gonna mess that
I
up.
know, but
I don't be nowhere near your hair.
ooh, all right, daddy. Not do, child for
Man, no, you go to sleep. Just give us that little 45-degree, that little crack. When you turn on your side, move one of them legs up higher than the other. Goddamn, that's that basement.
That's the window.
What? Come right up in there. When you wake up, we don't give a damn. What you doing? Oh, go back to sleep. Watching Law and Order.
Right.
Why the bed moving? I don't know.
It's shaking. It's shaking, daddy.
Well, we had a good time tonight.
We did. Tonight was great
That was,
topics.
and Chris Rock is to thank for that incredible
Right.
topic.
We went from men not being the ones that are unconditionally loved in the household to
Sex
vitamin
dolls,
D
to sex dolls,
to sex dolls
to hearing about the green
to
mouth.
hearing about the goddamn green bitch.
Well, that's what you do about family. Don't call it a B word.
Oh, she was a bitch.
She wasn't even
Because she
real.
wasn't human. So yeah, that was a
Hey,
green bitch.
how about this? 10,000 signatures on a petition to make Ariel the mermaid white.
Come on now.
And the mermaid is a made-up character.
That's bull. That's
Now, hold up. Boy, I'm glad you said that, bull. Hold it right there. You said that's bull, right?
It is bull.
Okay, let's bring it around.
Black.
Nope. The mermaid is a made-up character.
right.
They mad. And you got a black girl to play that mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother
That was
J,
something.
Brother J, you know I'm going. Well, December coming.
Yeah, it is.
Now you know the majority don't tell their kids. I'm talking to the ones in here right now. You don't. It don't matter if he's white or black. That's still Santa Claus. But ain't he made up?
Totally.
Okay, so when somebody come and tell the kid that he made up, why you get mad that somebody told the kid that he made up? But they got 10,000 signatures for a made-up character for the mermaid. Anybody putting it together? Is anybody putting it together?
Right.
Because both the characters made up.
Period.
But North Carolina spent $2.7 billion on Christmas gifts last year. 2.7 billion. Now I know what you're saying. Tom, I can do what I want to in the morning. You sure can?
Yeah.
You sure can. But don't get mad at them because they got 10,000 signatures and you in Walmart killing yourself over a made-up character too. Turnabout is fair play. Okay? You should have got upset when they made Kings of Egypt and wasn't nobody black in there.
Come on now.
That's when you should have got upset.
What
Don't
is
mess with
right?
that money.
Gods.
Don't mess with that money.
Gods.
Because you're going to be in Walmart.
Gods.
You're going the day after Thanksgiving when they open that door 4 in the morning, you're going to be there fighting over that laptop for $50.
No.
Don't you say that about Santa Claus in North Carolina. Get your ass knocked out in Walmart around here. But you always say something about them and the mermaid. Let them have their mermaid and they let you have your Santa. And everybody happy.
No.
Okay? Huh?
No.
But you know what I mean by that.
I know the analogy, but
You know what I'm saying.
we don't have to put up with that to me, and we don't have to deal with that. So we can control the narrative, and we can do that. Our son actually got in trouble because he went to school. He's 21 years old now, but when he was in school, he went to school telling everybody that Santa Claus don't exist. And the teacher hit us like, don't tell your kid that. And even our 9-year-old, he knows the same thing. Ain't no fat white man coming down my chimney getting shit,
Well, he
turning on
didn't
no
get-
lights,
He didn't
no
get in trouble.
gifts.
He didn't
Well,
get in
no.
trouble because of that. It was a Christmas assembly and a little Christmas party. You know how they have little parties in the rooms, cupcakes and stuff. And so they go around the room. You know, they ask each kid, "You ready for Santa Claus?" and what you getting.
Right.
So when they got to justice, They're like, you remember Santa Claus? And Joseph like, Santa Claus is my daddy. Well, that messed the room up.
Right.
Okay, that right there, that threw a monkey wrench in the whole Christmas party. And then Joseph was like, my daddy get my stuff. All right, teacher called me. And I come down here and talk to you, you know, we had an assembly and your child said, that's what I told him. Oh, I told him. Same thing I told him. Get the wrong answer, let her put the X on your paper. When you got the question about Charles Darwin and the theory of evolution, and they tell you come from the apes, but what your daddy tell you come from? Okay, so when that question come up, you don't even answer that. Just go ahead and get that wrong. You ain't getting no 100 on that test. And then when the teacher be like, you didn't even attempt to answer, that's when you be like, my daddy said you say something like that.
And what?
They go himself, no.
And what would he explain? Explain it to him. What did you tell him?
I told him that it's a clash of interest. How can you come from an ape and then you hear us talking about the original God and that image being God? And Dick Gregory broke it down one night at the Comedy Zone. I got to see him before he died. Dick Gregory brought a Caucasian man on stage. He brought a black man on stage.
Yeah.
And they had a black girl come up and hold a picture of a gorilla. And Dick Gregory said, all you niggas in here, gonna let them make you think that you look like a gorilla. He said, well, we gonna see. He said, look at the gorilla build. He said, what's that? Gorilla is long body, short legs. Long torso, short legs. He said, look at the white man on stage. He said, how you built? Long body, short legs. He said, look at the brother. How you built? High body, long legs. He said, well, look at the gorilla lips. He said, look at your lips. Your lips full, blossoming, puckering. Look at the gorilla. They got lines coming down. They thin. He said, who got the thin lips up here? He said, look at the gorilla back. Look at all the hair. He said, you ever seen a black man come out the water? Hair on his back and it's straight? No. Because the climate that we come from didn't dictate that kind of hair on our bodies. That comes from a remote climate, a cold climate. Look at the gorilla. You ever seen a white man come out the water? Have all that hair coming down his back, all on his arms. You like, damn, he got to shave the back of his neck and down. He said, look at his arms. He said, see his arms down there by his waist? He said, what you say when you see a Caucasian basketball player, them long arms? You like, damn, look at us. Look at how we got that athletic build. Where your arms come to? He said, now look at the picture and look on stage and see how they done tricked your ass all your life. Because you can't come from no goddamn gorilla and believe what you believe when you go to church on Sunday. Take your ass and sit home on Sunday and watch TV at church. You can't come from no gorilla and then be up here giving 10% on Sunday talking about I come from the creator. Is the creator a gorilla?
Right.
Huh? When you look at Planet of the Apes, you see yourself in Caesar? Huh?
Right.
That's what you see?
Right.
Caesar?
And if you do, that's the wrong picture you got of yourself.
So I told him, that's wrong. And it's cool if it gets marked wrong. I'm cool with that. That's not a big deal to me. But I just saw Dr. Umar Johnson on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, the number one thing that we have to do for our kids is implement discipline. And he said real discipline. He said the kind of discipline to do something that you don't want to do the same way that you do something that you wanted to do when your parents ain't there. That kind of discipline. He said, because if they ain't got that kind of discipline, you send them to college, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He said, and if they don't have that kind of discipline, they got some discipline waiting for them on the other side, and then balls when you put your hand on that glass like that. They got that discipline for you. He said, here is the formula for failure. When it comes to your kids in school, if you have a teacher who don't care and a parent who couldn't care less, that is failure
At its
for
best.
your child. He said you'd want to have one. You'd want to have a teacher that care and maybe the parent don't, or a teacher that don't care and maybe the parent do. But if you got a teacher that don't care and a parent that couldn't care less, he in trouble. He said when I go do psychological evaluations in the home, the first thing I look for is where are the books? He said, I don't see no books. I see computers, laptops, iPads, iPhones, video games. Where the books? He said if you got your kid in the home and he ain't got no books, you got him in a prison. And his room is the jail cell. Because look at what you're putting out. He said, but they got books for him. They got books for him to read, where he can get all the degrees right there. So listen, man, we do this grown man conversations because we believe in it.
Yeah.
And not only do we thank Peter Thomas, we thank the staff. We thank my man Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay. We thank Sheena.
Sheena behind the bar, best bar waitress, exports one.
Because they always show love.
Period.
Yeah, man. So make sure that you show Sheena love. All right. Or is Ariel?
It's Ariel.
Or Ariola? Which one is it?
Better be Ariel. No, and there was what was her name? I thought it was it was Amira. Why are you coming up with Ariola? Amira.
Amira, that's
She
close.
was, yeah. No, it
Amira,
ain't.
Ariel, that's close. Ain't it, Jamie?
No, it's not.
Jamie said it is.
Don't co-sign
You're a
that.
man of me, man. These green beans.
But every Tuesday, each and every Tuesday, we do Grown Man Conversations. And for those people who came in late, you might have come in on the last end of it. But we do this as a way to platform to speak and talk in the community. It is the lost art of conversation. And we use this platform to speak our truth. And we do it in so many ways. So again, we ask you to tell a friend, and come back out on next Tuesday and join us here for Grown Man Conversations. You can also go to the YouTube channel, Grown Man Comedy, and
Tell
you can
them, boo.
watch Grown Man Comedy on YouTube channel, and you can watch this episode live, see yourself, see the feedback, see the comments and everything that we did. And also again, follow my production team, 60 Second Jokes. Make sure you follow that on YouTube as well. And we will see y'all next Tuesday for Grown Man Comedy.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
If you're a business
Oh, yeah.
and you need some production, you need to holler at my nephew. Okay? He see things through that cameraman and put things together. You need to holler at him. Quick turnaround. He's dedicated to what he does.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We come up. Okay? We come up. We individual, we as a community, B.O.B., black owned business. Give somebody a chance.
Yeah.
The last thing Dr. Umar Johnson said is, when the black community go from I to we, we'll win in 24 hours.
Come on now.
He said when the black community go from I to we will win in 24 hours.
Come on.
All right? So thank y'all for your love.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for the energy.
Yep. You got a
Nephew
comment, my
something.
brother?
Nephew got his finger
My
up.
brother has a comment.
Nephew
He
got
wants
his
to
finger up,
say.
baby. Huh?
And right behind him, my brother.
That's where I spend my money was on my went, so I rather spend that. You know what I'm saying? The amount of money I would spend there, I rather spend it here.
I appreciate that. Brother said he was gonna go over to Ruth Chris. And then he was like, look, let me go spend my money somewhere where it matters.
Yeah.
And the money I would spend on Ruth Chris, I would have rather spend it over here. That's what we talk about, B.O.B.
Thanks,
Black owned
Khalif.
business, man. We appreciate that, Khalif. You can't have no name like Khalif and go up in Ruth Chris dropping hundreds.
Come on now.
Okay? That's like having a name like Malik Abdul Hassan.
With my brother.
Right, between both. Like, boy.
I don't.
Yes, I want to speak about what we have going on at Heightsbury, 1030 River Road, out at Heightsbury.
Talk about it.
we're coming up with, me and my sister was the host of the Soulful Vegan Fest that went on out there.
I remember that.
So Heights Brewery came back to us and they asked us to keep the vegan population coming there. So we're coming up with Vegan Vibe music series that's going to go on from the 21st of July to the 1st of September.
Okay.
We're going to have different genres. The first one is jazz. We're going to have Shablique out there, Bud Dillard. We're going to have Size of Violins and Al Surgery. They're going to all be out there. We're going to have a live DJ. We're going to have food trucks, vegan pop-up foods, vegan, eco-friendly products, all vegan everything, family-friendly. Bring your kids, bring your dogs, bring whatever. It's going to be all love. And we're going to do this 7 weekends in a row, every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. All right?
Where you doing it at?
It's 1030 Woodward Avenue, Heights Brewery.
Heights Brewery, we know what that is.
Right behind the Double Oak Spring.
Heights Brewery, baby. Every Sunday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. starting July 21st, all the way into September. Y'all make sure y'all go show these brothers some love. I see y'all got jazz and every Sunday. Who hosting it?
Me and my sisters, we're gonna host the first one.
Okay.
Definitely love you.
Right, because I'm coming, I jump right up on stage and get in between and take the goddamn mic. Be like, all right, thank y'all. Listen, what we get ready to do now is we get.
Yes.
Nah. We gonna support though.
Absolutely.
We gonna that vegan life that's nothing. So you eat nothing with a face.
21 years, man.
Nothing with a face. Nothing with a face.
Like Dick Gregory said, I don't eat nothing that shit, poop, or have sex.
You don't eat nothing with a
So
face.
If she get up and she leave.
Oh, okay.
All right. I want to. Hey, Mr. Black. I want to get down to the bottom of
Right,
it.
yeah.
I know you a vegan right
That's
now.
right.
But there's something with a face you gonna
You
do.
done ate that vegan.
You better put some horns on or something.
You're vegan and eat that vegan.
That's right.
Yolanda told me, I'm trying to be a vegan. I said, shit, you ain't gonna give up all meat.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
that
I don't
vegan.
eat nothing with a face. All right, then. I'm gonna put a bag over my head.
I'm gonna keep that big meat.
Yolanda, like what has gotten into you
It
tonight?
just sounds better when you say dick meat. It do.
Don't y'all laugh at her.
It do. It sounds so much
She
better.
gonna be at the Kingdom Hall Sunday.
I will.
We saw the video.
I will, and I'm human. And my God Jehovah loves me.
Okay, but all right,
Okay,
cleavage.
don't take
All
me
right.
there.
Keep
Cause
the
dick
camera over
is just
here.
a word.
Keep it. Tab, cut up
I
mic
ain't say
down.
penis meat. I
Mike,
said dick meat.
tab. I need mic 1
That
up,
could
mic
be
2 down.
Dick Hansen down the
Okay,
street.
we only
sell
need one
meat.
mic working, tab. Put on some,
Dick Hansen down the street got the best meat. So that's what I'm talking about.
Put on some Kirk
Dick
Franklin.
meat.
Put on
I
some
ain't
Kirk
talking about no
Franklin.
penis meat.
Yolanda.
Okay, my bad.